Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. When people react so swiftly and hard on some people's statements, dumb as they are or truthful as they are, that means those people who react are very insecure on their position. That is, let's say, you are an adult, you have a family and all that, and you have a toddler from the neighbor's house saying, "Hey, Emil is screwing around with a neighbor." What would you do? Well, if you pay attention to that, let's say that's true. If you pay attention to that, you give it importance. Therefore, other people, you draw attention. And reacting to it, it shows why do you need to react to that if it's not true? Therefore, you ignore it. Now, if you have the neighbor's husband saying that, well, things change, okay? You try to ignore it, but it's an adult, it's close to the... So then you have to somehow give her an answer or ignore it at first and then maybe give an answer, yeah, you don't know what you're talking about, or something like that, or whatever you might, but I'm talking about the importance. You don't react to the toddler, but you react to someone who really has a little bit of weight in all this. This is what happens right now with Ukraine. Ukraine, the guys in charge of the Ukrainian nation, okay, that's what I mean. They react quickly when someone says about their tactics or what they actually do. For instance, do you remember when Mr. whatever his name is, what the hell is his name? The British intelligence chief, I can't remember his name right now, when he said that Ukraine is ungrateful for the help. I covered that in a few weeks ago. And then the Ukrainian ambassador to London, to Great Britain, said, yes, I think, because Zelensky answered very rudely. And they said, a little bit of bad sarcasm, it's okay, but you shouldn't do that. And then Zelensky fired his own ambassador because he dared to criticize him, because we have democracy and freedom in Ukraine. Now I can remember Ben Wallace, that's the one. Now we have, and Great Britain is an ally of Ukraine, supposedly. There's no allies. It's, I'm with you because I have an interest. It's an ally in, plundering something. After we plundered, we get the spoils, we part ways. Or I use you if I'm stronger. I take over. Anyway, so we have now another ally of Ukraine who says the same thing. That Ukraine, the leaders, the weasels that control the Ukrainian nation. Very important what I'm saying. Those guys in control of the Ukrainian nation, okay? I don't say that because I'm a tard. I just want to point out something. Anyway. You know exactly what. So what's going on here? The Poles. Remember the Poles? The biggest mouth in town? The Poles and the Baltic states, they're like going to go and roll over Russia. That's how strong they are. Why? Because they are behind the United States talking and yelling, okay? Now the Poles, who supported the Ukrainians and the leaders of the controlling guys, in charge of Ukraine, they said, one of these politicians, officials said, well, Ukraine is ungrateful. Oy vey, again. So the toddler, that's a toddler, is not even a prime minister. Well, Ben Wallace was, an important person in the British leadership. This guy is an official, by the prime minister about. These guys are reacting like it's the end of the world. Remember, the toddler versus the husband reaction. How would you react? So this is the toddler. Nevertheless, these guys jumped like a cobra, beat their asses. Ukrainska Pravda. Today, not yet, yesterday, because this one that I have is from today. But they are related, so I start with this one, chronologically. Ukrainian President's Office rejects Polish officials' claim regarding Ukraine's lack of appreciation for support. I think I agree with the Polish assessment, but hey, what do I know? The Ukrainian President's Office has called groundless a Polish official's claims that Kiev does not sufficiently appreciate the assistance provided by Poland. Now, to be fair, and I said it many times, the Poles don't like the Ukrainians don't like the Poles. Now they're together because they have to plunder the Russians. That's all. After that's done, they're going to turn to one another and see who's got the upper hand. Watch it. All right, so keep going here. Details. Sibiha remarks were made in response to the allegations made by Marcin Przydacz, Jesus Christ, Przydacz, I don't know, Secretary of State and head of the Office of Foreign International Policy in the administration of Polish President Andrzej Duda. So he is the Secretary of State. So kind of important, not a toddler, a little bit like a juvenile. And head of the Office for International Policy in the administration of Polish President Andrzej Duda regarding the situation with the blocking of Ukrainian grain exports through Poland. Okay. And we have Przydacz, okay, the Polish guy, I will say, so I don't break your eardrums, said in an interview with Polish media that Ukraine has received remarkable support from Poland and that it, and I'm quoting, should start appreciating the role that Poland has played for Ukraine in recent months and years. Now, to be honest, what is the Polish official expect? A blowjob? I mean, let's be fair. What do you expect? Zelensky was kind of right when he he shouldn't have spoken like that with Great Britain, with Ben Wallace. Like what? He wants us to say every morning, thank you, thank you, thank you. I mean, you don't talk like that with a guy without whom you're dead. You depend on, but he knows that the bosses are across Atlantic, not in London. So he can smack whomever he wants, unless the Americans tell him, tone down your little BS, you clown. You know, and then he's, okay, my bad, for about 30 seconds, and then he's back in business, because that's the way he is, the Ukrainian. So anyway, here on the other hand, what is the Polish official want from these guys? Really? I mean, say thank you one time, say it 3 times, but when exactly he, how do you call it, he suggests Ukraine should do? We'll see. Maybe not be so demanding. And I'm quoting, we categorically reject the attempts by some Polish politicians, plural, to impose on Polish society a groundless idea that Ukraine does not appreciate Poland's assistance. This is obviously a game of self-interest that has nothing to do with reality. It's manipulation. I'm waiting for this guy to tell me, give me some examples, how Ukraine thanks and appreciates, shows its appreciation to Poland. I would like to see that. That the reality is a friendly and open dialogue between the President of Ukraine and Poland, who have a high level of mutual understanding and trust. This is general stuff, meaning nothing. No example given. Remember, Poland closed its border to the Ukrainian grain. Why? They are protecting their farmers, including the fact that at one point they said we will stop the transfer of or imports of the Ukrainian grain in the European Union because they use some pesticide that is actually illegal to use in the European Union. So therefore, it's a legal reason why. But legality when you want to do things. You know, this is how these guys are operating. So, Sibiha noted, who's this? I mean, this is a Ukrainian name. I never heard of this kind of name. But anyway, I will look. Noted that Ukraine, in fact, expresses its gratitude, there you have it, to Poland and other allies every day by Ukrainian forces continuing to hold the line. Oh my God. No, man, you hold the line by yourself because you do it for you. It was you who got in a scuffle with those guys. Now, if you allowed yourself to be pounded in the ass by those guys, and now you think I'm defending everybody else, no, don't be so narcissistic. You're not saving me from the Russians. No, all right? Because if you say that I save you from whatever, I can make all kind of scenarios. No, but that's how they turn it. We save you, we fight for you. No, you know what? Don't fight. What's going to happen? Don't fight. You're going to be dead in the next day, and the Russians are going to conquer you, take over you, and then what? Going to conquer us? Is going to conquer Germany or what? Great Britain? According to your little below 86 IQ, yes. So this is one. Let's go to the second article. They went further with this. The Polish ambassador summoned over officials' comments that Ukraine is ungrateful. The New Voice of Ukraine reports today, August 1st. Poland's ambassador to Ukraine, Bartosz Sichorski, was summoned to the Ukrainian Foreign Affairs Ministry in Kiev on August 1st to explain the comment made by Marcin Przyjacek, an associate of Polish President Andrzej Duda, about Ukraine's ingratitude to Poland's help, reported Foreign Affairs Ministry spokesperson Oleg Nikolenko. So, no statement will prevent us from jointly winning peace and building a common European future. You're not building shit. You are a corrupt country with a lot of guys who make a lot of illicit money over there, and you don't defend anybody. You defend only yourself. So let's stop pretending. All right, and what else here? Doesn't say anything about it. It's just that we are saving you from the Russians. It's, how do you call it, baseless, as they like to say, baseless claims, my Ukrainian friends. And I'm sorry that you are by these guys right here and whom else, and you're fighting actually for their benefit. That's kind of true. So don't think you fight for yourself. No. You fight for these guys, not for you. Because when these guys consider cost-benefit to be the cost higher than the benefit, they're going to plug it off and you're going to be conquered by the Russians. All right? Don't have any illusions. Remember how they rebuilt Iraq? Remember how they rebuilt Afghanistan? Remember how they withdrew from Afghanistan and what they left over there? The same thing they will do with you. What do you think? What happens in Libya? They had the guy killed, right? And then what happened? Garbage in Libya. Those guys are fighting over there since then. Good. They're bringing democracy, right, and freedom, like this kind of style. What happened in Iraq? Go and see what's going on over there. They're attacking the U.S. embassy and the troops. In Syria again, what's happening over there? Take oil. That's what it is. What's that? That's plundering, illegal occupation by the U.S. and its allies of Syria, northeastern Syria. Remember that one? Well, and they say, well, our drones are harassed. Your drones should not be over there legally. So they could be downed at any second and you have no legal basis to say, hey, they shut down one of our drones. They had nothing to do over there. Like, for instance, the Chinese. You destroyed our little balloon. What are you going to do about it? It was over our airspace. The same with the drones in Syria. Are not over your airspace. It's over the Syrian country, which is still independent, supposedly sovereign country with a government, good or bad, still is there, recognized by the world community. So what the hell are you doing over there? We fight ISIS. Did you ask the legitimate government if they allow you to go? No, we don't have to because we're strong. Shut up. Boom. That was the answer. And they want a rule-based world order like that? No, thank you. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.